Film.
Excellent.
Oh wait, we're gonna
I'm not starting.
cut that out.
Alright, so we're talking about movies that had an impact on our life in one way or another.
Wait, what's 4-letter word?
Film.
I already said it really loud.
I wasn't listening.
Good. This is going to be a great episode.
What?
How many letters are in film? Go on.
He's going to sneeze.
Go.
Influential or guilty pleasure?
Influential first.
Influential first.
So, the film that influenced me most in my life, possibly because I've seen it more times, except for the Batman movie with Adam West, but that's because I was a big dumb kid.
You were?
Was?
Is Schizopolis. It was Steven Soderbergh.
Which everybody's seen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone knows what that is.
I know.
No,
It's
it's funny.
like
Watch it.
made more money than Titanic.
The important thing about it, though, is that he basically made it on the weekends
Yeah.
with his friends because they didn't have a budget.
In the event that you find certain sequences or ideas confusing, please bear in mind that this is your fault, not ours.
He plays this dude who is married to this woman and their marriage is failing. It was actually his wife at the time that he was going through a divorce with, and they had their actual daughter playing their daughter in this. It's fucking awesome.
Imminent sustenance.
Overly dramatic statement regarding upcoming meal.
Ooh, false reaction indicating hunger and excitement.
I feel like it does everything American Beauty wanted to do, but in a much better way, where it's just like critiquing the shit out of middle-class suburban lifestyle where you work a shitty desk job that you don't like and you have a family that you're not that interested in. I've seen that movie at least like 30 times probably, and every time that I see it there's something new that I pick up on that I haven't noticed before, which I can't name another movie that I've seen that many times that is still the case. Except for Snatch, but that just makes me hate it more every time I watch it.
Snatch, really?
Yeah.
I like that movie.
There's profanity in it.
And boobs.
And British people.
And
British
Americans.
people. And bad teeth. John.
And the transporter. Go ahead, John.
Go on.
So my influential movie was Good Will Hunting, and it was good at being heavy and delicate at the right times. And I think that Ben Affleck is going to hold that in his hands to his grave.
He won an Oscar.
Yeah, he's won an Oscar for Argo,
Yeah.
dude. Like, he's made his name elsewhere. Like,
Right,
no one
yeah.
can bag on him anymore.
But
for
he's
that
not
movie.
Him and Matt Damon won the Oscar for...
But Ben Affleck is not a screenwriter. And not an
I don't know.
actor.
If you watch his movies, he can write.
Moving on, I think it's probably, for me, one of the most reined-in performances by Robin Williams that was poignant. I mean,
Other
he
than
was-
Aladdin.
For toys.
Or Jumanji.
No, but everybody was really good, and the relationships in that movie were really, really well developed. You know, I mean, it was
Their relationships were so natural and just acted extremely well. I mean, Casey Affleck was a convincing actor in that movie.
Casey Affleck is a good actor.
I like Casey.
Assassination of Jesse James. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're done.
He was super good in
was
that movie.
great.
fucking awesome.
Because your shitty pool hall crime syndicate headquarters is gonna get raided.
Again.
Your doped up bitches are gonna get sent back to Laos. And this fucking retard right here is gonna be testifying against you for a reduced sentence while you're getting cornholed in your cell by a gang of
Cheetos! My movie is probably Taxi Driver. I know a lot of people see that
Queen
movie.
Latifah.
Queen Latifah was awesome in Taxi Driver. Wait a minute. That was the first movie that I rented that made me think that movies could say something in a different light than the other stuff that I was watching, and that it could mean something different. I mean, it is full of story, but at the same time, there's lots of empty space where you just get to be intimate with the character, and you know, the music and everything else. It really does a great job of putting you into the skin of Travis Bickle in that movie.
Well, and I feel like that Taxi Driver contributed a lot to a lot of characters that you see in modern day everything.
Oh,
I mean,
it was very
The Punisher
influential.
exists because of characters like Travis Bickle.
Yeah.
He was one of the first guys that was fucked up and terrible, and you were completely behind him.
Yeah.
Like, you were like, this is awful, but I totally, like, am okay with you doing this because this is what you need to do.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, even though it was awful, you're like, he's a good guy because he's killing bad guys, but I mean, he's still just murdering people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
know?
I think the thing that struck me most about that movie was just the the sense of loneliness that just kind of like
Yeah.
permeates that movie.
Yeah,
and it's like
absolutely.
he's such a dispossessed person coming back from war. He doesn't have any family.
Loneliness has followed me my whole life. Everywhere. Bars and cars. Sidewalks, stores, everywhere. There's no escape. I'm God's lonely man.
At the same time as the loneliness and everything else, it made me feel all right to be me in the world,
I think that
because there was a place for me. There's a place for him, you know?
When I first watched that movie, I was probably in my late teens, and I've watched it several times growing up, and it's like that sense of loneliness was applicable to my life in different stages of my life. Like when I was a kid, I felt like nobody related to me. I was going through all these things that I didn't understand, and so on and so forth. And then you get to an adult and you realize I'm lonely because nobody gives a shit about me. I'm just a piece in the puzzle.
My movie is one that I've watched more than any other movie, and that would be Princess Bride. I would argue that is the perfect movie.
Fencing, fighting, torture, revenge, giants, monsters, chases, escapes, true love, miracles.
Doesn't sound too bad. I'll try and stay awake.
It has
I would
everything.
Probably argue that too,
Yeah.
even though John thinks the perfect movie is not that.
Time of my life, I ever felt this way.
What the fuck are you watching?
Nothing? UFC? Nothing?
William Goldman, the guy who wrote it, also wrote like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. And there's something that he does which is amazing, which is he takes characters that you love and the heroes, and he makes them bicker.
But it's just one guy. Don't you get sick of being right all the time?
The flip side of that is that all the bad guys are always very genteel. There's a certain level of manners between enemies.
In that case, I challenge you to a battle of wits.
For the princess? To the death? I accept.
And that's why I love all Joss Whedon stuff.
Yeah.
Don't even think about trying to escape.
And Christopher Guest's character, I mean, he's so soft-spoken.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he takes 10 years off this guy's life or something, and then he's like, so tell me.
How do you feel? Interesting.
Interesting.
That movie also made me never be able to hear anyone say boo the same again.
True love
In your hands.
That's the only bad thing about that movie, is it perpetuates the, belief in true love.
Well, but it's a fairy tale. Like, it doesn't.
Oh, that's
It's
true.
not. It's not pretending to be anything other than a fairy tale, which is why the sets are low budget. Like everything looks like a prop.
Yeah.
But you know going in that it's this dude reading a story to his grandson, and it's a fairy tale. You totally
Yeah.
understand and feel the relationship. Like you want Peter Falk to be your grandpa. Well, maybe you wouldn't.
Fuck Columbo.
He obviously saw a woman under the influence.
Jokes! Sit down! That's the end of the jokes! Now we kill the jokes and we just talk. Hello, how are you? Conversation. Weather. Conversation.
Yeah.
Get the.
I swear this is true. I owe it all to you.
You mother